Welcome, my friends. Here we are on another cheap-ass beer review with Dr. Dave. Yeah, just remember what Dr. Dave always says, though. Just because it's a cheap-ass beer doesn't mean it's an undrinkable, horrible beer. It just means it didn't cost a lot of money. So what do we have here for our sampling pleasures and tasting delights? Well, I don't know if it's going to be all that, but yeah, this hails out of Mexico, Nava, Mexico. It's the Pacifico Clara Cerveza. Oh yeah, Cerveza, baby. Checks in at 4.4% alcohol by volume. Don't ask me to pronounce the name of the brewery, but it'll be in the description box for you to peruse, no doubt about it. Checks in at 4.4%, like I said, and the date stamp on the bottom indicates that we should enjoy it before December 21st of 2021. Okay, well, hey, we got a few months to go on this, baby. I'm going to get my assistant over here to open this 24 ounce. Is it 24 ounce? 24 ounce can. Yeah. Now, I have never had this beer in a can before. I've had this beer a few times at local Mexican restaurants. I had it in downtown Cleveland on tap. It wasn't that bad. Yeah, it wasn't horrible. It was great with the food. It was great with the food, but at the time I thought, I don't know if I drink this all the time or not. But it went well with the food. And then I had this a couple occasions in bottles, and that's the extent of it. Dr. Dave's cheap-ass beer review glassware, baby. I designed that myself, huh? I didn't do too bad, did I? All right, so, yeah, I know this is a very light color. Look at it coming out of the can. Now, I'm expecting big things from the can. I am. It should taste much better than the bottle because the bottles are crystal clear. You never want to drink a beer in a clear bottle. And I'll explain more about that. Now, that head fizzled out very quickly. We could bring it back with my stir stick here, which I may do. But this is a very crystal clear, light golden color. Yeah, all you got to do is put your little stir stick in there. I learned that at a bar years ago because the bartender would pour the beer, but the server would be late in picking it up. And by that time, the head is completely gone. And that was a microbrewery, so they just put a little cocktail stirrer in there and stirred back up, and there it is, right back to life. All right, let's see what kind of aroma. Now, it didn't say anything on the can about what it was brewed with, and I didn't bother looking on the website because these adjunct lagers are more or less the same ingredients, although some have real hops and some have hop extract, and other ones have corn syrup, and some don't. I don't know. Let's see what we can pick up. Very grainy to me. Man, I'm not getting a whole lot in the nose, but you have to consider that I did have this in this freezer sleeve for the last 10 minutes. Yeah, you got to have these beers ice cold. Hey, let's thank the brewers there in Nava, Mexico, because I don't care what kind of beer it is. Brewing beer is a lot of physical labor. Cheers to everybody, no doubt. It's not sweet, and that's a big plus for me. A lot of these beers I've had on my cheap-ass beer reviews, they're just, sweet. And they're brewed with corn syrup, so you can definitely pick that up. Now, this one may be brewed with corn syrup, but if it is, it's not sugary sweet to me. My memory is going back to all the beers I've had before from this brewery, and I'd have to say that in the can, it's very drinkable. It's very doable. But I've broken my own rule because you should always keep this as cold as you can because once this beer warms, it's not going to be worth a nickel. These are vacuum in freezer sleeves available at Amazon. Now, I don't get any money if you buy it. I don't have a link. No, none of that. But I think one of these is $7.99, but it's well worth it because it lasts forever. All you do is put it in the freezer, and once it's frozen, you put your can or bottle in there, and it will keep it cold for about 30 minutes. It'll keep it very cold. Yeah. To back to this beer though, it's quite drinkable. It's quite drinkable. It's not off-putting at all. There's no off flavors in there. There's nothing to offend anybody. And I believe that brewers brew their beer with that in mind because I had a couple of IPAs much earlier today that would, they're not for everybody. No, they're very bitter tasting beers. This is not bitter at all. I can't detect any hops in here whatsoever. I just get a little bit of graininess in here. Now, when I first poured this, it smelled, you don't laugh, but it smelled like freshly baked bread. I bake my own bread, so I know what it smells like, and that's what it smelled like to me. Mm. At any rate, to say that this beer is horrible, I don't really agree with. I looked at some of the comments on Rate Beer, Beer Advocate, and not too many people had good things to say about this, although some thought it was the best thing since sliced bread. I don't know about all that, but it is very decent indeed, and it would go well with Mexican fare. I can attest to that. Or anything that you're cooking on your backyard barbecue, it would go well with that as well. I'd have to give this 5 out of 5 stars. I can't find anything wrong with this beer. Yeah, it's a cheap ass beer, but remember what I said. Just because it's cheap doesn't make it a bad, horrible tasting beer. Now, this can is a 24-ounce can that I found at Walmart for $2.14. They've always got those weird prices at Walmart, don't they? Now, I've never seen this for sale in cans other than the 24-ounce can, and I'm talking about here where I'm at in Northeast Ohio. The only time I see this for sale is in 12-ounce bottles. Now, the bottles are still clear, but that's the way to buy them because the bottles are surrounded by cardboard and neither the store light nor sunlight can reach the beer so it won't become skunked. So that's the way to buy it. And at Walmart, that was $14.29. So what you do, always take the money and you divide it by the quantity, which in this case is 12 bottles. And that comes out to 1.19. So it's $1.19 a bottle. And that's what makes this a cheap-ass beer. That's a cheap-ass beer, $1.19, baby. All right, my friends, hey, drink whatever the hell you like. I'm just having fun here. But having fun and finding beers that aren't that bad. That's the thing in life. You got to be happy, my friends. Be happy. Life is short. Until we meet next time, here's wishing all of you the very best of goodbyes. And as always, cheers.